Hi, it's Alisa from The Ripple Effect. Happy Thursday. Something I wanted to share with you today, something that's been on my heart, been on my mind, I've been really focusing on lately, is it's really related to a theme that I've talked about many times, and that's related to us really holding ourselves to a higher standard of being kinder, more welcoming of differences, and much more aware of how we're showing up, and and just really being our best selves, being good humans. And when I say being good humans, I think there's many variations of that. Everybody has a different opinion, but it's really been a huge focus lately on, how can we do better? How can we be better? Um, what is what's the root of all of this? Like, what is the way? And I think there's many ways, but what are, say, some of the ways that we can show up holding ourselves to a higher standard in our lives, having happier, more collaborative, more harmonious relationships with work, home, family, loved ones, community, everything. And, um, you know, this is nothing new, I'm sure, to you guys, but we all know that it starts with ourselves. We can't make anybody treat us the way we want to be treated. We can't do anything forcing others. It has to come from ourselves, right? We know this. And so as I find myself navigating my day-to-day life, and I feel pain in my heart when I'm around someone who, say, is really harsh, or someone who's very directive, doesn't show much emotional intelligence. That's a real trigger for me, and I would imagine it is for a lot of you. And I sit there and I think, gosh, I wish this person or that person would be kinder. I wish there was a happier relationship here. I wish there was a happier interaction. And then I think, well, what I'm really looking for is something that they very likely can't give or won't give. It's their choice. But I feel like we're barking up the wrong tree and setting ourselves up for a lot more frustration when we have expectations of people, that are different, that are not, they don't conduct themselves the way we would or the way we wish they would. And ultimately, I think our greatest gift to ourselves and the world and all of our loved ones, everyone in our lives, is when we choose to, kind of let go and allow ourselves to, instead of focusing on the frustration and resentment and discomfort of these people that we find distasteful in our lives. They're teaching us, of course, what we don't want, right? They teach us what we don't want so we can know better what we do want. They are great teachers for all kinds of things, and but ultimately, I know if we want greater peace, greater happiness, it's totally up to us. And it's simple, and it's actually not difficult. But we as humans, we focus on, gosh, that person wasn't very nice. That's so frustrating. And it's like, Lisa, it's okay. Let him be that way. Let's focus on something fun. Let's just let him be that way. I'm really working on, and I imagine you are too. A lot of us are becoming more and more self-aware of, gosh, I think I'm just going to give myself some grace and some peace and just let that go. Doesn't that feel better? And it's like, well, what does letting go really feel like? We've got to do, what I call hard charging through our lives. We have to, move work along. We have to get stuff done, do tasks, make a car repair appointment, get the plumber out here. We've got to, do all kinds of things. We certainly don't have to, but, be a good idea to have the plumber come out and do what they do. But anyway, the point I'm making is as we navigate our lives and we have these experiences with individuals and groups of people who appear, I'm really emphasizing the word appear, they appear to not care how they come across. Maybe they're aware, maybe they're not, but they're definitely, let's just say, a child of God, and also we perceive them as very challenging. It's like, ouch, ouch. But then it's like, well, that's my choice if I want to perceive them that way. What if we just, whenever we have an experience that is we find painful, what if we just send them love, and a prayer, and wish them well, and then turn our focus back on what we can control and help ourselves feel better. And I remember my mom used to say this to me when I would get upset about somebody, because when I was young, I was told a lot that I was too sensitive. And she would say, consider the source. And she meant consider, where that is coming from. Who is the person saying that to you? Are we going to place more value on their opinion? Or are we going to place more value on our own opinion? What's the truth? Well, the truth is God created us as love. So if someone says, oh, you're too sensitive, so that's their opinion, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So this seems to be a very common theme with a lot of my messages on this channel, and it's really about let's just be nicer to ourselves. Let's do our best to be nicer to people, even if the ones aren't nice to us, especially the ones that aren't very nice to us. But let's turn our focus back on, what can I do? What do I have control over? How do I want to show up in the world? And how I want to show up in the world is, regardless of what other people say about it or what they think, I don't know, kinder, gentler, more pleasant, funny. Let's laugh more. If people don't want to laugh with us, that's okay. We can still laugh. Maybe on a subconscious level, it is helpful for them. But let's just focus on what we can do. And that's, I think, how we're going to have greater peace and have more of what we want and attract the kind of people that we want in our lives, is when we hold ourselves to being that. Be the change, So with that, I wish all of you a most beautiful, blessed, glorious holiday, however you spend the holidays, whatever is most important to you. Thank you so much for your time and for watching. All the very best, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Take care.